Good morning, stamping friends. Welcome to my YouTube live. My name is Lorri Heiling, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I first of all just want to thank so many of you who are on my stampingaddict.com Facebook page. Now, I'm not sure if a lot of you know this, but I actually have two Facebook pages for stamping. One is called Confessions of a Stamping Addict, and the other one is called Stamping Addict. So sometimes I post differently in each group, so it pays to be a member of both of them. But for those of you who are in the Stamping Addict group, thank you so much for sharing. Now, the reason I'm kind of posting some different things than normal is I really want to get to know you guys who are out there, and I want to find out more about you. Sometimes it can just become kind of boring if it's just I'm posting pictures and projects every day, but I just really think it's more fun if we can get to know each other better. It also helps me learn what you like and maybe what kind of projects that you like being shown, and so it's just a great way for me to get to know you better. So thank you so much. And if you aren't on stampingaddict.com, I invite you to go over and check it out. We don't even have to be Facebook friends. Just click over there and then see what's going on. Especially after yesterday's post, you're going to see another side of me that you may not have seen before, and so it's all good, and it's just a silly picture, but it tells you a little bit more about me. All right, I'm really anxious to share with you today's project because I have a couple hacks that might help you. I've been doing this for a while, and I just assume people probably already know that, but I'm going to start sharing some of those things that make my life easier or just simpler because of a little hack that I do. All right, so let me turn this camera around and we will get started with today's project. Today will be fun because I'm going to show you maybe a couple tricks that will help you save some time when you're stamping. Anytime I'm stamping and I discover like a little help, I like to share it on my YouTubes just to help you along. And to get started, we are going to be using the So Sincere stamp set. And this stamp set is so awesome because there's so many sentiments that you can hit with one stamp set. A lot of times stamp sets are geared toward birthday or sympathy, but this one has it all. Now, I want to show you also something that maybe a lot of you don't know about. We have products called online exclusives. The thing about this category is that these products will not be found in any catalog. The only way you can view them is by going online and then clicking the tab that says online exclusives, and there's a bunch of really neat products in there. And the paper we're going to use today is from online exclusives. Now, you can order these at a class that's in person or online, or you can order them any which way that you want, but it's just that you can only view them online. So if you're on the Stampin' Up! Customer page where you want to order from, you just go to the category that says shop and then online exclusives, and all of those will be there. Now, this paper is called One Horse Open Sleigh, and it is Christmas paper, but it's also got on the backside of quite a variety of just simple prints that can be used at any time during the year. But I want to show you what's on the other side of that more basic side. Look at all these sceneries. Now, scenery paper is really popular now because, you can just add a little sentiment. They're fast and easy, and it's just really fun to work with these types of backgrounds. But look at this variety. It's 12 different prints and then plus that more generic, basic background. All right, so let me get through all of these and then I'll show you the paper that we're going to use today, and we're going to do something fun with it. We are going to use the one I have right on top. And I just thought it was kind of a nice, serene, wintry looking. I think that's snow in the front. I love the papers, which are Misty Moonlight, or I should say I like the colors in here, Misty Moonlight and then a light petal pink. Now, I'm going to make kind of a scenery card. And like I said, these are kind of the trend right now. You take a scene and you do different things with it, make all different kinds of cards. However, normally in all these types of cards, you don't need a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. For mine, I only need a 5 by 3 3/4 inch piece. So what I like to do is I take just a piece of vellum and I cut it to the size that I want. And this isn't a waste because, when you use vellum, you can use this or, cut it down into smaller pieces to stamp on. That's usually what I do, but it's not a waste. I'll still use this. So I cut it to 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm not sure where I want my paper to be cut at. So what I can do is use this kind of as a guide to see where, like, my concern is the tree. I don't want the tree to be, in the way of what my design is, you'll soon see. So when I'm playing with this, like if I put this up at the top, I can see, well, the tree is way too low. It's gonna get in the way of what I'm doing with the rest of the card. I want the tree to be higher, and I don't need that much skyline. So I'm just going to move my guide down, and maybe I want it in the middle of the paper. Maybe I don't want the tree and I want it like that. But you can kind of use this as a guide to how your card is going to lay once it's all done. So I like this right here. So what I'm going to do, and I don't even care what the dimensions are because I know this is the perfect size, and I'm just going to grab a little pencil here, and I'm going to mark the corners, just these two outside ones. Sometimes the paper might be in the middle of the paper, but mine just happens to line up, on an edge. All right, so now I have that. So what I'm going to do is take my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut where those little tabs are. See, there's one of them. So I'll go right here, and I just line up my little tick mark in the groove there. So there's my first cut. My second cut is going to be right there. Do you see where I made that corner? So that should be at 5 inches. Yep. And then the last one I know needs to be 3 3/4, so right there. All right, now this is centered exactly how I want it. And I usually save these because look at, I may not use that in a card that I make, but I do like the other side. So especially with Christmas cards, you can never get too much red. All right, now we are going to slice this into 4 more pieces, and this is going to be kind of a mosaic type card. So my first slice is going to be at 2 1/4 inches. All right, and you can see most of the tree is in there. And then this one I am going to cut at 3 inches. So right there. Now you don't want to mix these up because you want them to come together to make up that puzzle I was talking about. Hopefully this is still on the camera. And now we have this second piece, and this one we are going to start at the top and go down 2 inches. This, by the way, is 1 1/2. That's what's left over. And we're going to go down 2 inches. And then that leaves 3 inches left over. All right, and that's going to go on that side. And don't worry about measurements. I will have the little graphic out after I'm done, and on the website and on my blog. And this, do you see how it makes a little scene there? Okay, now we need to mount this on something. So I'm going to take just a basic 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to pull in that petal pink sky, and we're just going to adhere all these. Let me just grab my liquid glue here. And this will leave about a 1/8 inch border around everything. Let's see if I can see them. Whoops, they're on the roll. I keep forgetting. I'm so used to when we had them on the paper and not on the roll. All right, here's one. So what I'm going to do is take it and I'm going to scrunch it down so all of it is behind that little pearl. This is a little trick or hack, and just squish it down so it doesn't stick out over the edges and put it behind the larger of the pearl. And because I squished it down, it made it a little bit 3D-ish, so I'm hoping that this stands up a little bit. And then you just figure out where you want it on your card. So we could go up like that. I think it looks better down though, like this. And then just press where you know there's glue dots under there. And now, whoops, I bent it up a little bit. Now you cannot see those. You don't have that glue, whoops, that glue mark. And make sure it's straight like that. Okay, so now you can still see, do you see how you can see the background under there? It's still not straight. All right, so very simple card. Now if you like it more blingy, you could add some ribbon, or crumb cake would go with this, or the gray, whatever, but I want it just simple because I want to crank out a bunch of these. But very simple and sweet, but I love that mosaic background. So those are a couple hacks for you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to visit my online store where there's lots of fun holiday products. And if you use the host code right up here and your order is over $50, I will send you a Stampin' Up! Surprise in the mail, some product, and a thank you card. And that's just my way of saying thank you so much for being a loyal customer. And I appreciate your business so much. Well, I will be back next Tuesday morning, hopefully. I'm going to be days before my big retreat, but we're going to have fun. And then after the retreat, I'll have lots to share with you. So stay tuned and join me Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.